Everybody loves to hate on App Mafia, but nobody wants to learn from App Mafia. So I sat through their recent podcasts with the founders of Cal AI, Twitter, and UMax, and I compiled all the information from those podcasts into this video. These are the core things you guys should take away from App Mafia rather than the Twitter drama. So let's get right into this video. So here's the first thing they nailed. They built for insecurities, not features. Cal AI helped people count calories with a snap. Twitter helped people stop fapping. UMax taps into looks maxing culture, giving AI-driven advice. So notice what all three have in common. They attack emotional pain points. They aren't nice to have tools. They're addressing core identity struggles, which is health, habits, and appearance. So the takeaway for you guys is features don't sell, but pain relief does. You got to ask yourself, what is my user insecure about? And how can my product give them instant relief? You want to sell painkillers, not vitamins. And if you're building B2B, think in the same way. Insecurity in work could be wasting time, losing revenue, or missing deadlines. Position yourself and SAAS as the cure for that anxiety. Lesson number 2 is friction is the enemy. The second big move, they killed friction. Cal AI removes manual calorie logging by just taking a picture. This is a bit ironic because they have a long onboarding, which does increase conversion rates when they hit the paywall. Twitter removes isolation. You know, you're in a community of people quitting together. And UMax removes research rabbit holes. One scan gives you a roadmap instead of asking people on Reddit or going down multiple algorithm holes on YouTube on how to look better. So every successful SaaS founder should be obsessed with this. What's the laziest possible action a user can take to get value? And the takeaway is run through your onboarding and billing flow like a user who doesn't care. If it takes more than 30 seconds to feel a win, you're losing them, unless you're A/B testing for conversion rates at your paywall. Your job isn't to teach discipline, it's to engineer dopamine hits with these consumer apps. And by the way, guys, I offer one-to-one mentoring in the description below. Whether it's your first customer or you're already at 3K per month and just want to hit 10K per month. Doesn't matter the phase you're in because I walk the same path that you're in right now, all the way to listing my SaaS for sale to private equity. So this is only for the serious people who want to speed up their growth. Let's get back into the video. And for lesson number 3, distribution should be prioritized over product at the start. You want to work backwards. First, you want to pick a painkiller problem, and then how you're going to advertise that problem, and then you're going to build the app. A lot of SaaS founders spend 90% of their time building and only 10% marketing. App Mafia flipped it. They launched with viral TikToks, partnered with micro influencers, and crafted raw UGC, user-generated content ads. The apps were not perfect, guys, but distribution came first. One founder in App Mafia even said, I can fix a problem in 2 weeks, but I can't fix a dead funnel. And the takeaway is your MVP is not just the product. Your MVP is the first repeatable distribution loop. Before you over-engineer features, guys, prove you can repeatedly acquire customers at break even or profit. If you can't, no features in the world will save you. And that's a good takeaway in general. Lesson number 4, guys, is pricing power comes from transformation. Why could Twitter and Cal AI charge more than competitors? It's because they promised a life transformation, not just a tool. For Twitter, it is quit fapping for good. For Cal AI, it's lose weight without stress. For UMax, it's improve your looks instantly. And notice, these are identity outcomes. People will pay more for transformation than for convenience. In a way, you are selling a goal and an outcome. Definitely make sure your product can deliver that outcome so you're not scamming anybody, but you want to shift from lowering your prices to transforming your user. That's where the real advantage and the optimization comes from. So if you're stuck at $9 a month pricing, it's probably because you're selling convenience, not transformation. When I first hit 10K MRR with my music app, lyric writing being a convenience and it's just nice to have. 2, the more songs you pump out as an artist, the more likely you are to go viral as an artist. So therefore, my AI music app will help you become a famous artist. So you want to reframe your offer in terms of the end state. If you help businesses save time, reframe it as hit revenue goals without adding headache. That justifies the $99, $199, $499 pricing tiers, guys. And lesson 5 is retention hacks that actually work. So here's where the App Mafia stands out. Retention was not an afterthought. They have streaks. You know, Twitter helps people engage by gamifying quitting. You know, they have the calendar at the top of the app. They have daily wins. Cal AI delivers instant calorie results every meal. And they also have social accountability. UMax gave shareable results, fueling word of mouth in those famous TikTok videos that users can post. So the takeaway, guys, is retention doesn't happen by accident. You have to ask yourself, does my app give users a daily/weekly habit loop? Does it provide shareable progress? Does it create status or accountability when used? If the answer is no, your churn problem isn't about payment failures. It's about lack of habit design. And lesson number 6, bootstrap first and raise later, if ever. But despite huge offers from VCs and what you read on Twitter, these guys bootstrapped everything. Yes, they did have multiple co-founders. A couple of founders actually had software or SaaS in their blood from previous generations. They didn't want money as a crutch. They wanted to feel the pain of bad retention, low conversions, and dead campaigns, because fixing these problems made them lethal operators. The takeaway is, don't think raising money solves anything. It just extends the runway for bad habits. If you can't get paying users now, $1 million in VC won't really help and teach you the lessons it takes for you to be a successful entrepreneur broadly, or a startup founder. So nail your unit economics, small scale, then pour fuel on it once you find validation. Lesson number 7 is community as a growth engine. One underrated growth lever, guys, is community inside your app, inside the product. Quitter doesn't just help people quit fapping. It lets users see streaks, share wins, there's a community, and cheer each other on. That's why retention soared and they were consistently hitting these monthly recurring revenue targets. So the takeaway is every SaaS can layer in a community. It's not hard. If you're B2B, it might be a Slack group for onboarding or a leaderboard for usage metrics. If you're B2C, it might just be a Discord. So if you're consumer SaaS, streaks, group accountability, create stickiness money cannot buy. So lesson number 8, guys, is ride macro waves, not micro ideas. They didn't try to invest in trends. They surfed them. At first, it was AI image/video was exploding back then. So they built UMax. Health and fitness always sell. So they built Cal AI. The anti-fapping culture was growing. So they built Quitter. And the takeaway, guys, is timing is everything. If you're struggling to grow, ask, am I solving a big, urgent cultural wave, or am I swimming upstream on something no one cares about? You want to align with the macro momentum and growth, and your growth gets an invisible tailwind because you're honestly just aligning with the algorithms. Pretty much, guys, let's recap what SaaS founders should steal from App Mafia's playbook. It's build for insecurities and pain, not just features. Remove every ounce of friction. Prioritize distribution over perfect product. Price around transformation, not convenience. Sell the painkiller, not the vitamin. Engineer habit loops for retention. Bootstrap until you're profitable. Layer in a community, which is super easy when building apps, to compound stickiness, and surf macro trends in the algorithm instead of forcing micro ones. So if you're building SaaS right now, you don't need more features. You need a sharper understanding of psychology, retention, and distribution. That's how these handful of young founders scale to $30 million a year in consumer SaaS, and it's how you can too. So if this breakdown helped, drop a like and let me know in the comments which of these 8 lessons you're going to apply to your SaaS today. I do offer mentorship in the description below, but that's it for today. Have a good one.